All right, Johnny, we are here in the bathroom to teach you some things about personal grooming. So, you may not have to deal with this yet, but as you get older, you're going to have hair growing in places it doesn't grow, and you might get it not growing in places that it used to grow. But right now, we're going to focus on the things where it's growing where you haven't had it growing in the past. No, we're not talking about down there. We're talking about places like eyebrows, nostrils, ears. I've sat in different places and I see adult men, a lot of men that have hair growing out of their nose. It's like you can't look in the mirror and not see that you have hair growing out of your nose. So that's not necessarily the best thing to have. So we're going to show you how to take care of that. But you also have ear that grows in your, or hair that grows out of your ears. I mean, really, I can reach in and pull it and I can feel some in there that it's growing in my ears. Well, that grows out too, and you don't see that as much unless you look really carefully for it in the mirror, but other people will notice it. So you're not doing this just because other people will notice it. You're doing it because it's making your best you. It's helping you be as confident and as capable and as good as you can. And one of the other areas that we're going to look at, so we mentioned noses and ears, eyebrows. I was getting my hair cut once.
Please, kind sir, do not cut my hair.
I was probably in my 40s. And the beautician, the lady that was cutting my hair, said, she started complaining about men that don't trim their eyebrows. And I thought, crap, I don't trim my eyebrows. I'd never done it before because I didn't need to. So you probably don't have to worry about this at your age yet. But as you grow into manhood, you're going to need to deal with these things. So we're going to show you how with just a few simple tools. Comb. These are special scissors. Notice the round tips. The round tips. There's a reason. It hurts if you cut the inside of your nose. It hurts if you cut the inside of your ear. You don't want to do that. So these little rounded tip scissors can help you with that. There's another tool. I don't know if the battery will work, but this little doodad, it's not working. Okay, here is the in the nose hair one, actually functioning with a new battery. And if we want, I like to. All right. So that's what we're going to cover. All right, let's go with the easy one next. Eyebrows. Hopefully you'll be able to see this, but if your eyebrows get too long, they start to go different directions. Probably doesn't have to use a teenager, but it will eventually. So, in this case, I trimmed this one yesterday, and I saved this one because I realized I should be doing a video on this. Excuse me. So you don't want to shave it off. You need some eyebrow or it looks funny. So you don't want to shave them all the way off. In this case, I come underneath with the comb, and that gives me my distance. The width of this comb is the height that my eyebrows can be. And my eyebrows lay back that direction, and then I just look in the mirror while I'm doing this and cut the ones that stick out a long ways. And as I move it over that, it raises them up. And then you can kind of look again and see is anything sticking up. There's one there. So if they lay down, as they lay down, you don't see how long they are. This way we'll keep them nice and trim and looking well. Now, it's hard to get the comb in between your eyebrows like that. So I'm going to go in and just trim right at the end. And then occasionally I've even seen a hair growing up here. All right, that's the eyebrows. I hadn't done this side, I'd do it again. Come through and trim, 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 trim. And then I've got nicely groomed eyebrows. What's next? How about the ears? Ready to do ears? Here's how you do ears. Two ways. You can use this if you have one of these, or buy one of these. I think we got this at Walmart for 10 bucks. One battery. Once you replace it, it actually goes. You can have a light in there if you need it. If you do this one, stick it in there and trim away. This will be very loud in your ear while you're doing your ear hairs there. Now occasionally I have some on my earlobe that I don't see in normal light, but I can feel them if I pull on them. So I can feel one in there, and this hasn't got it yet. Yeah, success. It was there. It was there. You probably can't see it. Okay, so this is one way you can do it. If you do it with these, that's great. It's noisy when it's in your ear because the motor's right next to your eardrum or your ear, which is what you hear with. The other way you can do it is with scissors like this. These are the round tip ones, so they won't poke you. I've cut my ear. It hurts. It's hard. It hurts and it bleeds. So you want to try to avoid that. Now I can, in my ear, grab this and pull and pinch my finger and my thumb together, and I can feel where I got some in there. It's sometimes hard to get your finger on there unless it's really long, and pull it out and keep it so that you can cut it right at the base. The really best way to do this, I'm going to show you after. It is have someone else do it that can see what they're doing. But my wife isn't ready to be on camera yet today. So we might have to film that one after. But this is the process then. It's just look in there and do your best to trim them out as best you can with scissors. Now, I feel like I got some. I don't know if I got them all. I didn't get them all because I can feel them as I pull on it. So I'm going to try this for the finishing touch. Well, I can't seem to get it. So I must have got it. So, ear hairs, eyebrows. What's left? The nose. Alright, Johnny, when you're doing nose hairs, it's the same deal as with your ear hairs. The nice thing is you can see it better. Alright, you don't want to use sharp scissors because they poke. So if you do this, now I do trim my nose hairs regularly, but guess what? They keep growing. So you have to do this regularly. So you can do the old-fashioned way with the scissors. Oh, I should have got a Kleenex to start with. One moment. Alright, Kleenex. This helps you wipe the hair and other stuff off. And let you know if you're actually getting what you need to get. Because if it's not coming out, you're not getting it. Alright. Nose hairs. Oh, look at that. Do you see that? There's a nose hair. Alright. A lot of times they will stay up your nose. I just got another one because it sticks because of the other stuff that's in your nose. Boogers. Alright. So I'm going to go up here. I didn't tell you, these scissors have a little bit of a curvature to them. So if you look at them, you can see that they're bent a little bit. And that helps for the curve of your nose, so you can put it up in there and it goes along the side of the curvature if you do it the right orientation. And that way you can get closer to the skin without actually cutting your skin. Trust me, that does not feel well. Again, getting more out. Sorry, this is a stepdad thing. This is kind of gross. But you don't want to run around with, oh my gosh, look at them gigantic nose hairs that I haven't trimmed or missed last time. So, carefully go around your nose. All right, so I've done my right nostril with the scissors, the old-fashioned way. I can still see some along the edge here, and I like to get it closer because then it lasts longer in between. Try again. Scissors have the challenge that if you spread them apart when you're cutting, they don't cut as well. So, all right, that's the one nostril. Now, you can use these on the other one. I'll do it on both, but this way I'll show you on the one. I don't use the light. Stick it up. I'll go around in a circle. Ooh, there's a big one. Alright, I guess you get grossed out. Can you see the big one on the end? Look at that one. And it sticks on because it's got a little sticky to go with it. Alright, that's why you wipe them off. So now I've wiped that off. And do the inspection. Here's another part of it. A lot of times your hair will cut. It will trim in your nostril, but it stays in there because it's stuck to the boogers and other stuff. So you can either blow your nose and look for evidence. Oh yeah, there's another big one that came out. Or you roll it up like this and stick it up and rub it around the inside to get any others that are cut but that are loose. And do that on both sides. And I'll get more boogers and a few hairs. So, final inspection. That goes in the garbage, by the way. How's it look? Is that acceptable?
He's giving him his what every boy needs to know about being a man speech.
All right, Johnny, now you know how to trim your eyebrows, your ear hairs, and your nose hairs. If you got any questions, post them below. Leave your comments below, and also don't forget to like and subscribe to this and all the other ones on the My Stepdad channel. And don't forget the most important lessons. 2 lessons. 1, it doesn't matter that you don't have a dad in your life. You can still succeed just as well as anybody else. And number 2, always remember that your stepdad loves you.
That was a good speech.
For this cap. There we go. Well, the light works. Well, I'll get a new battery, but this is supposed to start going on, and then right in there are these little blades that you can use to kind of get up in your nose. Well, when I replace the battery, this will work. I'll see the lights coming on. So you can see up your nostril as you do it. Plus minus. Oh, yay. If you do your ear first, you don't have to think about putting boogers in your ear, but we're not going to worry about that now because you got to wipe it off after, and once you've done it in your nose once, it's been in your nose once. I had a job once when I was in college, and we hired a driver. He didn't know how to trim his nose hair. And I mean, it was coming out to like 1/4 of an inch out of his nose, and obvious to everyone but him. There's another guy I worked with there that had gone bald early. I'm going balder late in life. But I used to joke that we could trim the one guy's nose hairs and make a toupee for the other guy. The other guy didn't care for that joke, but anyway.